Good evening, class 11. Let's start. S block elements. Now, S block elements are the elements where the electron enters into the S subshell of the valence shell. Okay. Under this, we have two types of elements: group 1 elements, that is alkali metals, and group 2 elements, that is alkaline earth metals. Today, we are going to discuss the physical properties of alkali metals. So, let's start. Number 1, electronic configuration. Now, alkali metals have general electronic configuration as NS1, where N is the principal quantum number. Okay. Second property is atomic and ionic radius. Atomic and ionic radius. Since these elements are present at the extreme left of the periodic table, they possess higher atomic and ionic radius compared to other elements of the periodic table. Okay, and both atomic and ionic radius increases on moving down the group due to increase in the number of shells and increase in screening power of the inner electrons. Third one, ionization energy. Now, as these elements have higher atomic radius, so the nuclear attraction on the outermost shell is lesser. As a result, they can easily lose their valence electrons, right? So, lesser amount of energy is required. So, their ionization energy is very low, right? And ionization energy decreases on moving down the group. Next, we have metallic character. As the elements possess low ionization energy, they can easily lose electrons to form cations, okay, and they are highly electropositive and acts as strong reducing agent. The electropositive or the metallic character increases on moving down the group. Next, we have oxidation state. Now, as these elements possess only one valence electron, they readily lose that electron due to lesser ionization energy and exhibits oxidation state of +1. It is always fixed. 6 is your flame coloration. Next one is flame coloration. Now, when flame test is performed, the valence electron gets excited to higher energy states, right? Now, we know the higher excited states are extremely unstable, so they will return back to the ground state, emitting radiations that falls in the visible region. So, we get distinct colors when flame test is performed. For sodium, we get golden yellow. For potassium, we get your violet, etc. We have photoelectric effect. Now, photoelectric effect is exhibited by the alkali metals due to low ionization energy. Okay. And usually, which metals exhibit this property? It's usually cesium, potassium, rubidium. Okay. Next, we have lattice enthalpy. Now, lattice enthalpy is the amount of energy liberated when 1 mole of ionic compound is formed. As the energy is released over here, so lattice enthalpy value is always negative. Okay. It depends on two factors. Number 1, charge of ions, and next is your size of ions. Size of ions. If the charge of ion is more, interaction between the cations and anions will be more, so lattice energy will be increasing. So it is directly proportional to the charge of the ion. If the size of the ion increases, the interaction between the ions will be weaker and lattice energy will be decreasing. So it is inversely proportional to the size of the ions and directly proportional to the charge of the ions. If I take an example, LiCl, NaCl, KCl, RbCl and CSCl. If I write the order of lattice enthalpy of this halides, then what is my order? Lithium chloride greater than sodium chloride, greater than potassium chloride, greater than rubidium chloride, greater than cesium chloride. Why? Because from lithium to cesium my size increases, due to which the lattice enthalpy will be decreasing. So this is the order of the alkali metal halides. Next, we have hydration enthalpy. Now, hydration enthalpy is the amount of energy liberated when 1 mole of ionic compound undergoes solvation. Now, since here the energy is liberated, so this will also be in negative. Hydration enthalpy also depends on two factors: charge of ion and size of ion. If the charge of the ion is more, then hydration of the ions will be more. So hydration enthalpy will be increasing. Higher the charge, higher will be the hydration of the ions. Next is your size. If the size of the ions increases, then the hydration of the ions will be decreasing and lesser amount of energy is liberated. That is, hydration enthalpy decreases. So like lattice energy only, it is directly proportional to the charge of the ion, inversely proportional to the size of the ion. Now always we need to remember, for an ionic compound to be soluble in water, its hydration enthalpy always has to be more than its lattice enthalpy. Right? Now we'll be taking one more example. If I consider group 1 cations, Li positive, Na positive, K positive, Rb positive, cesium positive. What is the order of the size? This is the order of size. Okay. So if this is the order of the size, then hydration enthalpy order will be in the reverse. That is, the smaller size will possess maximum hydration energy, that is lithium positive. Now, if hydration of the ion increases, then mobility of that ion decreases and conductivity also decreases. So if this is my hydration enthalpy order, then conductivity order will be the reverse. Conductivity order will be this one. This one will be my conductivity order, that is Li less than Na positive, less than K positive, then rubidium, then cesium positive. Right? So hydration enthalpy is inversely proportional to the mobility of the ion and hence its conductivity. Next we have polarizing power and polarizability. An ionic compound is made up of cation and anion. We know cations have smaller size, high effective nuclear charge. Anions have larger size. Okay, and electrons are loosely bound. So here Z star is very high, and here electrons are loosely bound. Now what happens? Cations, due to strong effective nuclear charge, will pull the electron cloud of anion towards itself. Okay. Now what will happen if it does that? Anions will get distorted. Anions will get distorted. This is known as polarization. This attraction of the electron cloud by the cation, okay, from the anion is known as polarization. Okay, and if the polarization is more, the covalent character will be increasing in an ionic compound. And since anion is pulling the electron cloud towards itself, so anion will be having polarizing power, since cations are pulling the electrons, so cations will be having your polarizing power, and anions are said to be polarized. Right? Now, polarizing power depends on few factors. If the cation has higher charge, lesser size, that cation will be possessing high polarizing power, maximum polarizing power. So if the polarizing power is maximum, it can easily pull the electron cloud towards itself, means attract the cloud towards itself. Polarization will increase, so covalency will be increasing. Now if anion, I consider, if anions has higher charge and higher size, then in that case also the process of polarization will be higher, okay, and the compound will be more and more covalent. Okay, for example, if I take lithium halides, if I compare their solubility in water, what is the order? This is my order. LiF is maximum soluble in water and this one is least soluble. Now why is it? Because here the size of the halide increases from F negative to I negative. That means I negative has maximum size, right? So here polarization will be maximum. So as polarization is maximum, the covalent character will be more. So it will be least soluble in water. Okay. So that's it, class 11. Thank you.